Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rick's Blazin Takes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Let's get right into this thing. SimWorld, what up? What it do? This is Rick Blaze coming to you live and direct with another episode of Rick's Blazin Takes. Give you the ins and outs of not only what's going on in the SimWorld, just what's going on in the world all around, Craig. And so I want to talk about some things. All right, so today's episode is the Hype Beast episode. We're going to talk about some hypes. But before I get into that, let me expound a little bit more on the OGs lost on yesterday. In my opinion, I feel like this was the best OGs lost of the season. Again, I feel this is the best OGs lost. I think this loss for the OGs does more for them than a win would have on last night. Let me explain why. The whole season we've been saying Cooper flag this, Cooper flag that. Cooper flag is a one-man wrecking crew. And up until like the last month of the season, it's been true. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's been pretty much beating every team that he's played. What happened is the league has caught up, which what happens when you have great players and great coaches. The league has caught up, so now the one-man wrecking crew that was Cooper flag can no longer guarantee a victory for the originators. We've been asking, we've been wondering, we've been trying to see who else is going to step up for the originators to help Cooper flag out. And last night, we finally saw it. Last night, we finally saw the others step up. We had my man Ilgauskas, 5 points, 9 rebounds and 3 blocks. That's what he does. That's his game, right? So he stepped up big. You had Jay Laster with 17 points on 53% shooting from the field and 40% from the three-point line. He had been struggling from 3, so that was a good win. That was a good look for him. Even Justin McGavin had 9 points and 6 assists, who went 50% from the field as well, 4 from 8 from field goal, 1 from 2 from the three-point line. And they lost because the main guy, the guy that's been killing the Cooper flag, had a terrible game. So finally we see the others for the originators step up, which is what the originators needed to see, and their main guy does not have a good game. So you're telling me if those others can keep this formula, and if Cooper flag on most nights he's going to have a Cooper flag type game, the originators put themselves back in the driver's seat with that. If they can get the others to do game in and game out what they did last night, Cooper flag, I promise you, he's not going to go 5 for 18 no more this season. You won't see a Cooper flag game like this probably no more this season. If I was a bet man, I would bet that will not happen again. So if the others can do what they've done last night and Cooper flag can get back to being regular Cooper flag, the OGs have put themselves back in winning position. Am I ready to call them the favorites now? No. Too much inconsistency for me. I can't rock with that. But I'm just saying, not all is lost in the loss for the OGs. They can right the ship now that they've seen some players show a little bit of light at the end of their own tunnel. All right, moving on. Hype Beast. Let's talk about it, man. Everybody's influenced by, most people are influenced by the Hype Beast. Things that, and when I say Hype Beast, I mean things or people or situations that a lot of people give a lot of hype to that may or may not actually be worth the hype that it is called. I'm going to give a few of my personal Hype Beasts, and then I'm going to tie it into SimWorld Prep. Hype, one of my number one Hype Beasts. For me, I'm going to start with sneakers because I love shoes. The absolute most overrated shoe in the history of man, in my opinion, is the mother freaking Air Force One. The Air Force One low shoe, I don't care if it's the white pair or the black pair, I don't care which, but it is the most overrated shoe in my opinion. It looks like a shoe, sorta, but it's chunky and clunky like a boot. I'm confused. Is it supposed to be a shoe or a boot? I just don't get the phenomena or the hype over the Air Force One. I never did. I just don't get it. I think it's a very average shoe, but it's a classic and people love them. And Nelly even made a song about it. But I've never saw the draw with the Air Force One as hype as it always been. It's just a regular ass shoe to me, bro. I mean, and it's a below average shoe to me. The heel is chunky. It's just right. Somebody let me know what it is. Now, if you're under 30, you probably can't tell me nothing because you probably don't know nothing in this. You have to sit this one out, champ. If you're 22, 17, 18, trying to give me an example or trying to tell me about the Air Force One, sit this out, champ. We've been doing Air Force One before you was born, so sit it out. Anyway, so that's some overhype, right? What else I would consider overhype? So let's take this, the overhype and underhype, and let's apply it to SimWorld Prep. Let's get to it. Let's talk about some things, some teams, some players. I'm gonna go there today. Let's talk about some players that I feel are overhyped. Let's talk about a player or two I feel like are underhyped. Overhyped. I gotta say it. Sun Gun Young, woo 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 woo. The dunking sensation from Japan. Boy, y'all was on that. Y'all was riding that man Chinese plums when he came into SimWorld Prep. Oh, y'all was on his plums so heavy. Man, he's gonna be the next. No, he's not. He's not. The only thing I've seen him do was dunk. And I'm sorry, at the SimWorld Prep level, Negro, everybody can dunk. You're not impressing me because you can dunk. I mean, it's a little impressive because he's 6'2" doing it. But there are like 20 other guys in SimWorld Prep 6'2" that can dunk. Let's just call elephant in the room. You was impressed because of the athleticism that he had being who he is. It is what it is. And that's cool. But don't take that and hype that as he's going to be some great man, stop it. He's coming off, he has an injured season. I don't wish that for anybody. So we'll see how he returns from that. But he was severely overhyped. And that was trash. Y'all trash for that. I have been saying that from day one. Y'all trash for that. Y'all's trash for that. All right. Another person severely overhyped. Now, I am included in this, hyping this person up. And it just hasn't gone that way. Royce Anderson for AT Aliens. Man, the media, and this time I include myself, we got on that hype train. Choo-choo. I might have been leading the caboose. I ain't going to lie. I might have been the conductor of this whole train. I thought Royce Anderson was going to come into AT Aliens and act a plumb fool. That's not the case. That has not been the case. For whatever reason. I'm not in their locker room. I don't know. But for whatever reason, it hasn't been the case. He's been modest as a player this year. He's shooting like 30-something% from the field. It hasn't been what we thought it was going to be. So Royce Anderson, overhyped. Underhyped. Let me give you an underhyped player. Samuel Ballgame Boggers. I don't think enough people, enough media, enough personnel talks about how fantastic of a player he is and what his numbers are. He's averaging 18 points, like 4 rebounds, and like 4 assists a game. He's one of the top point guards here in SimWorld Prep. I don't think Samuel Boggers, when we talk about the top point guards, I don't think he gets enough hype. I think he is underhyped. So I gave you 2 of my overhypes. I gave you 2 of my underhypes. Put in the comments. Let's chat. Let's cuss and discuss in the threads how you feel. Give me somebody you think that's overhyped or somebody you think that's underhyped. I'm going to holler at y'all.